So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our global Nimble partner community. My name is Jon Ferrara, and I'm excited to share what's new in Nimble for fall of 2022. Before I do that, though, I'd like to introduce you to your new Nimble Partner Manager, Julia Santiso. Julia, say hello.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here today and to meet all of you. I know with a few of you guys I've already had introductions with, and it's been really great to work with you all. So very excited to be here today and very excited to learn more about you.
I'm really excited to have Julia join us on the Nimble marketing team, and more specifically to add value to our partner program. She has a strong background in sales and marketing, really having been in the customer journey experience. And so I know that you guys will all enjoy connecting with Julia. Feel free to reach out on her email. We'll have more contact info as we go. For those that don't know me, my name is Jon Ferrara. I'm the CEO and founder of Nimble. I've been building relationship management systems for practically all my life. And I build them because I struggle to manage relationships at scale. And I think that many and most of you do as well. And helped pioneer this industry with a company called Goldmine before Outlook or Salesforce existed. Got back into it after using social media, saw I was going to change the way we work, play, buy, and sell. Couldn't find a relationship manager that was social, and we launched Nimble. So today we're going to talk about what is contact management, what is relationships in relationship management, and why is it more important than reporting? Why should your CRM be used by the whole company, not just your salespeople? How to build repeatable processes that help scale your company. What's the Nimble's value to partners and their customers? And the meat of it, what's new in Nimble, and an update on the Nimble Partner Program. So before I get into the presentation, I just want to say that questions help us all learn. So please, please, please ask questions. We'll compile them in the background, and we'll do Q&A as we go forward at the end of the presentation. So I think that one of the biggest problems with CRM systems is that they're not really built for relationship management. They're built for command and control and reporting. Even though CRM stands for customer relationship management, they're not really designed for that. And there's a key reason why. CRMs were built after Outlook was built, and Outlook was built to copy basically the contact management features of Goldmine. And so people used to live the whole company in Goldmine. And then when Outlook was built, it became the team's contact platform. And today, whether you're using Microsoft 365 or Google, its contact platform isn't a team contact manager or a relationship manager where a team can share all the contacts. And so people in the company use CRMs mainly for leads, for salespeople to pound on them till they buy or die, and they manage relationships in their email inbox, spreadsheets, post-it notes, LinkedIn, etc. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why CRMs fail at relationship management, because they weren't built for contact management, because most people had lived in Outlook previous to that. And so if you go to your typical business, you have to choose an email productivity suite. Most people choose Google or Microsoft, and that's your email, contact, and calendar platforms. Then you might use some type of social platform. Most business people do use LinkedIn. I recommend that you consider using Twitter as well to build your brand and your network. And then in your company, whether you're talking about an individual person or a team, most people have one or more sales, marketing, customer service, and accounting applications. Each of those has a separate contact database. So what you have in a company is a siloed contact database for every team member in Microsoft or Google, siloed contacts in social, and siloed contacts in your business apps. No wonder people struggle with managing relationships, and the fact that the majority of the 225 million global small businesses still use spreadsheets and post-it notes or their email inbox for managing relationships. And like I said, I know a thing or two about relationship management because before there was Outlook or Salesforce, we built a team relationship manager called Goldmine. And what made Goldmine unique is everybody in the company lived in Goldmine. And that is so important because when you bring up a contact, you should know context and insights. Context and insights. Context is who are they and who on your team has spoken to them and what's pending and who's going to do it. Insights is who are they from a business perspective and what's their business about. And today you don't have that. And I think that's one of the big things that Nimble does provide a whole company. So whether you're selling Microsoft or Google or both, Nimble's a perfect entry-level CRM for small businesses and work groups within larger companies. It easily synchronizes your Microsoft and Google contacts, email, calendar, and we now bidirectionally synchronize Microsoft contacts. And it gives you an easy way to start talking to customers about business solutions to sell on top of the email productivity suites that you might be selling people today. And we fill the gap for Microsoft between Microsoft 365 and Dynamics on the top. And we were built for Microsoft and Google to unify their email, contact, and calendar. But more important, our positioning is unique in that we're the CRM for the whole company, not just for salespeople. And if you go to a typical CRM vendor, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick on one, Pipedrive. It's a CRM for salespeople, built for salespeople for selling. And I believe that there's a lot more that business people do besides selling. And that's why they need a relationship CRM as opposed to just a sales CRM. And the other thing is that Nimble is the first CRM that works for you by building itself. It automatically unifies your contacts from email, calendar, social, and business apps. But then it works back where you live, inside your inbox, inside of the business apps you use, inside of social, inside of any web page that you go to. And finally, what's unique about Nimble is our outcome is more than just tasks, notes, and deals. All CRMs, the outcome is a deal. The reality is that most people don't sell in a company. 5% of your company typically are salespeople. The rest of the people are interacting with the constituency around your business that helps drive and grow your business. And so relationship management is critical. And if you're going to build repeatable business processes in your company, you need a process manager, a workflow system. And we built that into Nimble. We'll talk more about that as we go. So we unify contacts, email, calendar, social, and deals and now workflows into a simple CRM that is a cloud-based app, but then we work back where you work. So there's a plugin inside of your Microsoft or Google inbox that whenever you bring up a record, Nimble will automatically bring up the record or build the record for that person, because every time you interact with somebody in email or social, there's typically an outcome, a follow-up that you need to do. And most people don't do it because their CRM isn't inside the places that they live and they work. We're the #1 rated CRM that's built for Microsoft and Google that works everywhere you work, enabling you to engage intelligently everywhere. Specifically, our key AI helps build these records automatically. Our Nimble Prospector add-in that plugs into Chrome, Outlook, Microsoft 365, and the business apps you use allows you to take your contacts with you everywhere. And we all need a nudge on our shoulder to help us to remember and follow up. Our dashboard is a great place for you to start and end your day. Templated email outreach gives you the rifle that you need to outreach to targeted individuals and groups. You don't want to give your salespeople access to your market automation system. You want to give them a rifle, not a bomber. They don't know how to fly. Nimble, like I said, is built for Microsoft and Google. Our outcomes include workflows, which I'm super excited about. And we've recently updated our mobile apps, which I'll get into a little bit more. So what are workflows? Workflows are essentially a Kanban board that allows you to define a series of stages and processes that you are able to manage the steps that are necessary in order for you to engage. So traditionally, outreach has been done in spreadsheets, and that's because it's easy to build the rows and columns that you need in order for you to be able to target people to outreach to and track your outreach and follow up. The problem is this becomes very unwieldy quickly for an individual or a team because it's not linked to the tool that you're using for outreach, whether it's Outlook or Microsoft or Google or Microsoft, and it's static. And we built workflows because most CRMs, the outcome is a sale. They're sales CRMs. They're not relationship CRMs. And what makes Nimble unique is that we're the relationship CRM for not just for salespeople, but for the whole company. But if you think about a traditional CRM, if you're looking at a contact record, what can you do with that record? So when you put a record in a CRM system, you can log a note, schedule a task, and you do that, log note, schedule task, and send emails in order to drive and qualify a prospect in order to then get them into your deal pipeline. And so what makes Nimble unique is that Nimble not only allows you to manage your tasks, notes, and deals, but we also are able to use the workflows in order to manage the outreach. So as I was saying before, the traditional outreach from a company, a lot of people resort to spreadsheets, whether they're sales pipelines or whether they're press outreach or influencer outreach or partner outreach or investor outreach, et cetera. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to connect to people. And so spreadsheets are easy because you could build the rows and columns of data that you want to track, but in many cases it becomes static because it's not updated or integrated to the tools that you're using for outreach, like your email systems. And so Nimble, like I shared, automatically plugs into your email productivity suites so that when you open up a record, you can go ahead and see who the person is and the last time that you interacted with them, et cetera. And then the outcome that you could drive from that includes the ability to manage your workflows and your deals. And so workflows enables you to define a series of stages that you could put people through and define the fields you want to track in the card that goes through those stages. So rather than trying to define it in a spreadsheet, you can go ahead and define that inside of Nimble, and Nimble will go ahead and give you the ability to manage and see that workflow process. And so I'll get more into workflows in a bit. Nimble doesn't just have isn't just rated #1 or one of the top leaders in CRM, but we also integrate sales intelligence and email templated outreach. So why do I focus on not just the CRM functionality, but sales intelligence and templated email outreach? That's because when you buy a CRM, you can't just give the CRM to your salespeople. My son is an SDR for a San Francisco startup AI company, and all of those companies buy a CRM, but then they also buy sales intelligence, ZoomInfo, Sales Navigator, and a templated email outreach tool like SalesLoft Outreach. Each of those tools are $100 per user per month. Nimble has all of that built in, so you don't have to buy an email tracking templated system. Nimble has that built in, and we're one of the market leaders in that category. And you need sales intelligence. You need a rifle and a map. The email templated outreach is the rifle, and the sales intelligence, the map, is lead enrichment. And so Nimble has both of those built in, and that's why I think it's an ideal proposition for your customers, because not only are we built to integrate with the email productivity suites that they use, we provide that team with a unified contact platform for the whole company, not just salespeople. We automatically build your contact database for you, enrich it with people and company data, synchronize the history of email and calendar interactions, and then work where they live, inside the business apps that they're using, inside of email. And we give them an outcome other than deals, because most people don't sell. We give them the ability to manage the workflows. For reseller partners, we're great value for you because we give you a conversation piece that you can go into any customer, even if they have Google or Salesforce already, because if they have Salesforce and Google, they don't have a team contact platform, and they don't have the templated email outreach and sales intelligence, and Nimble can provide the team contact platform and the SFA and the intelligence that the sales reps need to engage effectively. And so we are essentially the training wheels for you to start learning how to sell business solutions on top of Google and Microsoft. We give you an internal copy that you could use, and we then will teach your team how to use it and co-sell with you on your first few sales to get the flywheel going. So Nimble saw the opportunity with Microsoft years ago. I saw Microsoft eat Novell, and I integrated into Microsoft Small Business Server to become a third-party driver of their first-party product. That got us to 100 million a year plus in revenue at Goldmine, and we're doing the same thing here with Microsoft. So we started out as a layer on top of the Google Find, Try, Buy ecosystem. When Microsoft launched Office 365, I knew that it would eat G Suite. They have. And so we built integrations with the products, relationships with the people, got us access to the programs. Now Microsoft is globally reselling Nimble through their distributors, pushing it to their resellers. They've sunsetted their simple contact platform, Outlook, Customer Manager, and transitioned those customers to us. And we've effectively become the simple CRM for Microsoft 365. Why is that of value to Microsoft? Because most Microsoft resellers sell plumbing to plumbers. They sell IT infrastructure to IT decision makers. They don't sell business solutions on top. And if Microsoft resellers aren't selling business solutions on top, then they'll never be prepared to sell Microsoft's crown jewels, Azure, Power Apps family of products, Power BI, and Dynamics. And so Microsoft distributors are selecting Nimble as a tool to help teach their resellers how to start selling business solutions on top, because most Microsoft resellers sell, like I said, plumbing to plumbers, Microsoft 365 backup security migration, but they need to start selling business solutions on top. That's where Nimble comes in. Nimble has been recognized in the press and in the channel as the simple CRM for Microsoft 365. And we've got a great partner program for you. For those that have not signed up, please check us out. We'll talk more about that at the end. So our product milestones that we've done historically is pioneering social CRM, building the first CRM for Microsoft 365, building a CRM that builds itself, a CRM for the whole company, something that delivers instant insights on people and companies everywhere you work, the ability to prospect with our group messaging, our templated email outreach, our LinkedIn integration, and the ability to start a new day with a today page. What's new in Nimble, I think the biggest thing is really the workflows. And so I'm just going to start at the beginning with a short demo of Nimble and give you sort of an overview of what makes it unique. As I shared earlier, every single company has to pick some sort of email productivity suite. That could be Google, it could be Microsoft. No matter which it is, Nimble will automatically unify the email, contact, and calendar from those places. All you do is you go into our networks and connect your email and social, and then Nimble will synchronize in your contacts and then take that contact and enrich it with people and company data, so you don't have to Nimble them, you Google them, you Nimble them, and it will synchronize the interactions on email, calendar, and social, build this rich record that you could then use anywhere as you're engaging, so that no matter where you're at, you could turn Nimble on. And in many cases, Nimble's smart on that page. If that record exists, it'll bring up that record. If that record doesn't exist, it will automatically build the record. So Nimble can build a live profile for anyone, anywheres, wherever you happen to be working. And so Nimble is the first CRM that will automatically work for you by building itself, and then work with you where you work inside of your email inbox, in Gmail or Google Mail or Google Workspace, inside of Microsoft 365. And when you look at a record inside of an email, one of the benefits of that, it gives you the context and insights you need to understand who they are and the history, what their business is about. But I think the most important thing is the follow-up and follow-through, because this is where most business people fail, is not following up on requests from customers or the promises they make. And they don't follow up because they have to go to their CRM to do those things. That's why we put Nimble right where everybody is working. And then when you go into the Nimble system, Nimble gives you the ability to segment out those contacts into sets based off of the information that you put into Nimble or that we enrich it with, where you can go ahead and build sets like all the CEOs in New York City, because I might be going out to New York City to do a presentation, and then once I do that, I can then go ahead and take that set of people and then send them a templated group message. So Nimble gives you the ability to easily segment the contacts based on the data you put in or we put in, and then it will automatically allow you to do one-to-one or one-to-many outreaches to connect to those people. One of the key things that people do with a CRM is they log notes and they schedule tasks. The thing is that when you log a note and schedule a task, you're doing that because you're interacting with the person in order to qualify them. So you might send them a templated trackable email. You could do that from directly within Nimble. And so when I go ahead and pick a template, I could then go ahead and send this person a templated trackable email. When I interact with them, I might log a note or schedule a task. And then once I'm done doing all that, I would then go ahead and forecast some sort of a deal. And that's your typical cycle of a CRM user. But the thing is like I shared before with you, not everybody is a person that you're going to sell to. And so a lot of times you might do outreaches. You might do outreaches to get people to talk about you for the press. You might get outreaches for investors. You might do outreaches for hiring people. Whatever it is, a lot of the times when you're doing outreaches, you're doing it on spreadsheets because it's easy to build rows and columns that you need to do that outreach. The problem with this is it quickly becomes static and stale because you have to track and update everything, and it's not integrated with the tools that you're using for outreach. So some people go to some type of Kanban board that they use to manage a lot of these processes that they have in their company that are non-sales related. But again, the problem is these things aren't connected to the context that you're doing it with. And that's why we built Nimble Workflows. Nimble Workflows enables you to build a Kanban board that defines the stages that you're working with people through the processes that you're doing in order to achieve some sort of business goal. And so I'm going to share an example of a hiring process that we've been using here at Nimble. We use a website called Indeed that enables us to add people to our Nimble system. Nimble is smart on the page for those users. So when I highlight that person, Nimble can then either automatically build or bring up that record. And then if this is somebody that I actually want to add to my hiring process, I can go and add that person and then add them to the hiring process workflow. Once I do that, then that person will be in this workflow, in which case the proposed candidate is moved into invitation sent. And in here, Nimble gives you the ability to track not just the stages and define them of the processes you're putting people through, but the fields you want to track. Very similar to what you saw in the spreadsheet. This is a person record, and these are the fields associated with that person, but it's much more structured, and you can go ahead and put in all the information that you might want on a person. In our case, it's their LinkedIn, their resume, and any assignments that we're working with them on. And one of the cool things that we've added into Nimble is the ability to do automations. So Nimble gives you the ability, when you put a record into Nimble, it will automatically give them a tag, send them a message, and these are defined by you, the Nimble user. So what we want to do is we want to tag them so we know who's in our hiring process. Then we want to send an email to invite them for a meeting. So rather than having to do that, and you know, if you try to teach your team members to do certain things, they'll forget because they're human. But you could use Nimble Workflows to teach the processes and Nimble Workflow automations to ensure that certain tasks, certain repetitive tasks get done. And so this would then schedule that appointment, and then you're able to take that person, if you put them in the first column, and get that initial interview done. Once that's done and you like them after the first interview, you could put them in the send assignment column, and Nimble will again send the assignment. And then when you receive an assignment and you look at it and you like what you see, you can move them into the writing assignment column, and it again sends the assignment. Then after that, you could have your initial internal discussion, do the reference check, and offer and hire them. And so this is an example of a hiring workflow. We have templates for various tasks that are done that are non-sales in your company, like collecting pass-through money, business development, fundraising, HR, like hiring, and then after you hire on board, lead qualification, because you shouldn't put an unqualified lead in your deal pipeline, and you could use workflows for that. Professional networking, because you shouldn't just have you shouldn't just connect on LinkedIn without a purpose. And so if I decided I wanted to add this person into Nimble, I can add them into Nimble and then add them into a networking workflow. And so essentially, what I'm doing is I'm not just adding people to Nimble willy-nilly, but I'm giving them a purpose and a process for those purposes. And so Nimble workflows and Nimble workflow automations are two of the really the most exciting things that we've built here at Nimble. And what this does is it gives you an outcome for the relationships that your whole company is building, and the ability to define people and company processes and to teach them to your team members, but to use automation to deal with the repetitive tasks. Also, we're going to be applying automations to other areas of Nimble. Workflows was the first. Soon we'll apply it to deals, and I'll talk about our new deals in a second. Also to contacts, and also to messages in the near future. Some of the other things that we've done with the new Nimble is we've built new UI across the board. And so when you look at a Nimble record, what you'll see is that we've redefined the record where the contact record is here on the left, and all the interactions and other components are on the right. In here, you could reorder the order of those items. And so that is a much more structured look that we also built into the Nimble Contact and Nimble Prospector. So when you look at Nimble Prospector, it now has the same UI that the Nimble Contact Record does, where you can again reorder all the widgets, and it has everything structured in the same way. Okay, so this is the new Nimble UI for contacts. And this UI we essentially informed from the UI update that we did with the Nimble app and Nimble Prospector. It's very easy to navigate all the different sections by just scrolling your thumb. You could also quick nav by just going to the quick nav bar and jump to the various sections. Also, there's a quick nav bar for the common things that you might do here. And you can go ahead and send templated trackable emails easily directly from there. And quickly see their social backgrounds, etc. So it's very easy to navigate the entire contact record. We also added the ability to see all the people in workflows. So if I wanted to see all the people in particular workflows, I can go ahead and see everybody in my PR and marketing associate workflow. So this view is a list view that just shows me people in that group. But the cool news is that we'll shortly be launching a Kanban board view of workflows for mobile in our new Nimble Mobile 4.0. So that's really exciting news as well. And another update that we're doing with mobile is we've updated our share via. So if I'm networking out here in say LinkedIn, and I see something with a contact that I want to remember that I want to do something with them, I just hit these little dots here, and I could say share via, and I send that person to Nimble, and Nimble will bring up the record if the record exists, or build a live profile for that person if that person doesn't exist, and then let me add that person to Nimble and then schedule the activities and things that I need to do. And so so with Nimble Mobile 4.0, it's really easy to use Nimble like you use Nimble Prospector inside of your email, inside of your calendar, etc. And so if I wanted to take Ross Keating and let me just pick a contact in here. Somebody, if there's actually a real contact. So let's say I want to take this person from an email and add them to Nimble. I just say share contact, and I could send them to Nimble. And so you could use share via inside of social apps, inside of email, inside of calendar, inside of contacts, literally anywhere that you're working. And so what that does is it gives you the ability to do things like what we're doing here, where if I'm networking and I add a contact, if I see somebody I'm interacting with, I could bring the contact up in Nimble Prospector, or if I'm inside of email, I could bring the contact up inside of email, or if I'm inside of calendar, I can bring Nimble up inside of my calendar. You can now do the same thing inside of Nimble Mobile. So we're really excited about that new functionality. The other thing that we did is we redesigned our tag management and gave a new merge feature. And I think that really helps if you're doing a lot of tags and you want to start cleaning them up. We've also updated our group messages so that inside the group messages, you now have a much cleaner UI, both in the list view and inside of the individual view. The next stage is we're going to update messages with a lot more functionality and updated UI. So you probably notice a theme that we're updating the main Nimble UI. We moved the icons here to the left, which gives us more room over here to the right. And we are beginning to update all the tabs. So starting with the contact record, and now in workflows, we did group messages, we did activities, and now comes deals, which I'll get to in a second. We also added the ability to put a notice on a contact. So in a team environment, you have the ability to add a notification. So when anybody goes to that record, they'll get this notice. So you could use that to have certain reminders on certain contacts, etc. And that was actually suggested by one of our customers. We love to get customer feedback. And now let's talk about deals. So if you look at the UI of our current deals, you'll see that it is an older UI that really needed some updating, including the ability to have tags and custom fields within it. You'll notice that our workflows paints the entire screen. So if I had a bigger screen, I could go ahead and make this bigger and wider, etc. So that means it automatically fits the resolution, etc. And this has custom fields and tags with it as well. So this is a preview of our new deals. So the deals pipeline used to look like this. Now it looks like this. And you can now have all the functionality that you have within workflows, including custom fields, tags, and an updated and new reporting system that will give you a lot more depth into visibility in your leads, etc. Also within the detailed view. So this is the the sort of a preview of the contact record where you can see everybody related to it and all the details of the deal. If you want the details, you click here and you get all the details, and you can see that the view is much like the kind of the UI that we did with contact record. So the old deals was when I went into it, it was sort of like the old contact record where everything was sort of here in the middle here. And so we took the same UI learnings that we did in the contact record, and we built a view where you have the main thing here on the left and the related contacts here, etc. And you will then have the ability to manage all the custom fields and everything else in our new deals. We expect that to be out in the next probably 30 to 45 days. And then finally, Nimble is now hosted in Azure. We're a SQL database, and we'll soon be releasing integrations with Power BI. In fact, our advanced reports will be based out of Power BI. Our new reports are built into Nimble, but the advanced reports will be in Power BI, and you'll be able to go ahead and modify those reports yourself. I'd like to introduce Julia Santiso, our new Nimble Partner Manager. Julia, why don't you say hello and walk us through the next few slides.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here today with you all. I am your new Nimble Partner Manager. I started at the Nimble team back in May. I'd love to schedule a call with all of you to build a growth plan and learn more about you and your business. You can do that through my Calendly, but if it's easier for you, you can always shoot me either a message on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect with you, or you can email me directly at my Nimble email, julia.santiso@nimble.com. I just really look forward to working with you all, learning more about your business and your customers, and I'm excited to discuss what we can do together.
And so the main call to action for those that are not currently using Nimble is sign up for a free account. You just go to nimble.com, register/business trial, or you just go to Nimble and sign up for a trial. And then email us back at partners@nimble.com. Let us know that you signed up, what email that you used, and we'll convert that to a free account. And then what you definitely want to do is then reach out and schedule a time with Julia for your onboarding and planning for growth. We will give you not just onboarding for you and your team, but we have marketing materials to co-sell with you to your basic customers. And with that, Julia, why don't you go ahead and walk them through our partner program?
Yep, so our partner program, I know most of you are already established partners, but we always have resources that you can use at any time over at nimble.com/CSP. They have sales and marketing resources, but also technical resources as well. And if there's anything that you don't see there that you may feel is necessary for you to have success with Nimble, please feel free to reach out to my email, julia.santiso@nimble.com. But John is showing you where you can find those resources.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of marketing materials that are up there for you to access, including sales and marketing resources, technical resources, etc. And here's a example of our battle card, and we have a lot of other great material up there. If there's something that you don't see and want, please let us know. Julia?
All right, so a few things you can do after signing up for your free account is utilizing all of our training programs. So we have tons of support articles and app tutorials, of course, all of our daily onboardings that we do. Definitely schedule one-on-one with me, so you can do that again through my Calendly link or message me directly on LinkedIn or email. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions, onboard you to Nimble. Make sure that you've connected your Microsoft 365 account, or if you're using Google, your G Suite.
Sorry.
And then, of course, leverage us. Let us help you as much as we can. We can definitely help you with your first few clients if you need some co-selling. We can do demos together for those customers, and we're here for any kind of support that you need. So I do really look forward to meeting with you guys.
And so let's go ahead and jump into the questions. For those that haven't asked questions, now is a great time to do that. Had a question from Rodney Hall. Does Nimble have a mobile app? And so if you just go to Nimble and go to Features and Mobile Apps, you'll see that we have apps for iOS and Android. We also have an app for Microsoft 365 as well. So if you go to Nimble plus Office 365, you'll see a plugin that you can go ahead and access our Nimble add-in to Office 365. And so we have a Android app, a mobile app for iOS. We have a plugin for Gmail. So when you plug it into Office 365, Outlook Mobile, or Outlook Desktop, Nimble will automatically be plugged into any one of those places. So Nimble will show up like this inside of Office 365, inside of Outlook, and inside of Outlook Mobile. To get Nimble inside of your Gmail, you plug in our Chrome browser plugin. Nimble will then be in your tray inside Gmail, but it'll also be working inside of your browser, so that no matter where you happen to be, you could use Nimble to hover on any record and automatically build records for anyone that you're engaging with. And it also works inside of business apps as well. So you could use Nimble inside of social, inside of email, as well as inside of business apps as well. Craig Jamison, hello, Craig. He wants to know, when will the Deals features be available? We're projecting a soft launch in the middle of next month. Craig, or any of the partners that want to get on a preview of that, let us know, let Julian know, and we can get you access to a preview. What you're looking at right now is our dev server. So you can see that we're getting pretty close with the UI and functionality. And so I anticipate that we will probably release the new deals to customers in sometime in November. So hopefully that helps. Philip Pearson's Every Brown. Philip, that is a long name. I'm gonna have to let's catch up. I want to know the story behind that name. Does the Teams integration allow us to sync contacts held in Teams to Nimble? Yes, when you bring up Nimble inside of Teams, I believe that if that contact isn't in Nimble, you can go ahead and add them to Nimble, just like the Prospector app. Question from Christopher Moore, is INTY still the best distribution partner in the UK? Yes, I love working with INTY folks. If you need an introduction there, Christopher, let us know. And with that, I think we're done with all of the Q&A. If anybody else has any further questions, let me know. Looks like we are a wrap. Be sure to sign up for your business accounts if you have not. Be sure to schedule time to connect with Julia. One of the key things for any partner out in the field, and really you are a team in the field, is to be able to connect with our Nimble team here so that we can understand who you are and who you serve, and we can then connect you with the leads and deals and opportunities that we're working on at Nimble from the inquiries to hook them up with you to help grow your business. So definitely reach out to Julia and connect with her. And with that, I think that we are a wrap. Julia and Nimble Marketing Team, thank you so much for all of your help. And thank you to all the partners that have attended today's webinar. We will be sending a copy of the recording and the slides out as a follow-up. Thank you so much. Good luck and good selling.